I heard an argument. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole again.
Let's do it.
Recently about that. I certainly subscribe to culture's upstream of politics.
Yeah.
And politics are just a reflection of the current culture.
Yes.
I heard someone that I respect intellectually, Ryan Anderson. He's certainly more of the conservative bent. He is the president of a think tank in D.C., as so many people are. But he was trying to present the argument that, yes, culture is upstream of politics, but the two feed each other in a way, or more of a back and forth. And he unfortunately, he didn't go too far in to elaborate it, but I have enough respect for him as an intellectual that at least made me pause and think, is that true? Does politics... I think politics... I firmly believe politics can erode culture.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know if it can build it up. But I was like, can it? And
I don't really think so, personally. Because like I said when we had John Schweppe on, like you can't make people be virtuous at the point of a gun. You can't use force to instill virtue in people. And that's what politics is. It's force. Yeah. You know. So I don't really buy it. But it reminds me of like the argument George Orwell always made about language, saying that like, well, yeah, language determines thought. And if you change the language, you change the way people think. And that's sort of true, but it's also sort of not true. And I've always had a little bit of a problem with Orwell's conception of that because, like, we are able to have thoughts that we're not able to articulate because we don't have the right words for them. And that's how new words are invented. We have a thought that we don't have a word for, so we make up a word. So I think thought influences language far more than language influences thought. Now, language does influence thought to a certain degree. And you see it in, like, foreign languages that have different words for things, or they lack words for things that we have words for. That certainly happens. But I also think it's more important that the thought influences the language rather than the other way around. I don't think if you just abolish the word for something, you're going to abolish the thought. And this is what you see with the euphemism treadmill, where they say, oh, we're going to get rid of this offensive word because we don't like the thought behind it. And people just come up with a new word for the same thought. And it just cycles over and over again. It never works. So I guess to answer your question, oh, look, there's someone here.
Yeah, Matt was speaking up.
That's
in
nice.
The studio.
Hi, Matt. I guess to answer your question, politics probably does feed culture to a certain extent, but I think culture feeds politics so much more than the other way around.
And I don't think you can elect people that have the right values. I don't think that you have no chance in hell of electing people that have the right values in quotations. Whatever you
let's
determine.
Keep the language tame for the audience here. Children listen to this show.
Yes, it's family friendly here.
Yeah.
Whatever you determine the right values are for, if the culture doesn't hold those values.
Yeah.
I mean, there seems to be some preconception of both the modern left and the modern right that, hey, we'll just put the right people in office, they'll make the right policies, and then culture will change. I'm like, well, where are these people coming from? They're coming from culture.